Hello, everyone. It is Comrade Chase, and here with a hurricane briefing for Hurricane Melissa. She is already a Category 1 with winds up to 85 miles an hour as of the 5 o'clock update, which was just about a half hour ago as a recording. As you can see, Hurricane Melissa is right here. It is just below Haiti, southeast of Jamaica. This is in straight for Jamaica. So if you know anyone who lives in Jamaica, doesn't matter which side of the island, make sure they can, get to, try to get the hell out of there if they can. If not, tell them they got to get to higher ground because there's probably already a ton of flooding about to occur. It's like Kingston's like right in this area here. Actually, I'll use my comb here. Right in this area here, it's probably already getting hit by all these rain bands within Melissa. A new update. Your eye is right in this area here. See some convectivity. Probably can't on the camera there, but some convective towers starting to go off a little bit more. This sucker is gonna move west and then immediately curve to the north, extreme northeast. Um, and it's gonna probably make landfall as a Category 4 or a Category 5. This is gonna be the worst case scenario for Jamaica. Yeah, so there's your track right there, and I'll deal with that later. Very powerful storm right now, even as a Category 1. Haiti's getting a lot of rain, I'm sure. Looks like it here. But Jamaica is going to bear the brunt of this. I can't stress enough how important it is to get the hell out of Jamaica if the person can, or if you in Jamaica are watching, get the hell out of here as soon as you can, because I think 8 o'clock is when all the airports are going to shut down. So hopefully everyone who can, at least, or at least is trying to evacuate to, can get out of Jamaica, because this is a worst case scenario event that's about to occur. So let's pull up the NHC here. Maybe. There we go. So as you can see, Melissa is right there. And again, I guess, they just changed it. It was 85 when I last looked. And I guess they must have just changed it again. Now it's at 90 miles an hour, which means it's still a Category 1, but a very strong Category 1 nonetheless. So this is rapidly intensifying quickly. It is moving west at about 3 knots, so about 3 miles an hour. Minimum pressure of 974 millibars. Now let's take a look at the track. And we're going to use the experimental cone because that one's much more, maybe. Oh, it's reactive now. And never mind, we're not using the experimental cone, we're just going to use this. Oh no, no. 1 second. Alright, yeah, we're just going to use the regular one. So, as you can see here, this is where Melissa is right now on the X where my comb is pointing. As you can see, it's very slowly going to move westwards. Here's 2 p.m. Monday. And by 2 p.m. Monday, it's going to be curving north, and around 2 a.m. to about 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning, it is expected to make landfall in southern central Jamaica. So, central portion of southern Jamaica. I wouldn't be shocked if this turns a little more east and strikes Kingston, Jamaica, which I believe is right on the coast. It would be in like this area here. So everyone in Jamaica needs to be getting out of there if possible. If not, I'm not so sure about how Jamaica is terrain-wise. I would assume you have mountains in the central portion. See if you can get up there, because it ain't gonna be fun flooding-wise too, but especially winds. Just try to get to higher ground. Haiti still needs to keep an eye on this. Cuba, if you're like near Guantanamo, or somewhere in southeast Cuba and the Bahamas too. I don't know why Bahamas haven't been at least gotten like a tropical storm watch yet or something. But like southeast Cuba, right after Jamaica gets hit, you guys are going to get hit with a major hurricane. It's probably going to be about a 3 or 4, depending on what happens in Jamaica. If it just kind of lingers over one, it's going to be a worst case scenario for Jamaica. But it could lessen the risk for more countries to have worst case scenario. That being said, southeast Cuba, you guys gotta get it, your stuff all in online all together. If you can evacuate to, Havana or something like that in Cuba, please do. And then the southern Bahamas and even the central and even the northern ones, I would say, probably not these islands, but these islands here in the Bahamas, you guys gotta be careful because there's gonna be a hurricane coming your way. I expect tropical storm watches, warnings, probably hurricane watches and warnings, probably around Monday or Tuesday for the Bahamas, and then Thursday it's moving away from land. Though I would say Bermuda, definitely I would want to watch this. So that is the 5 p.m. update from the NHC, and I'm actually going to go back to weather-wise real quick. And we're gonna see what models look like. Alright, so here's the GFS model for Alyssa. So you can see it's kind of stalling, and then it's going right into Jamaica, into Cuba, and that's kind of going out to sea and stuff. And we got this little nor'easter thing, which we'll talk about too, if it actually seems like it's going to come to fruition. I don't really think it is. I think Melissa's going to be far enough east that we really won't have to worry about too much of an impactful storm, as opposed to if she was connected to that nor'easter you just saw. So that's the GFS. Alright, small problem with the models. So GFS, I really don't think it's gonna come to fruition like it's thinking of. I would say, personally, I think the cone's probably gonna go. Like I said, I think Kingston has a good shot of getting hit directly, which is going to be a worst case scenario, obviously, because that is the capital of Jamaica. See, again, you guys got to get out of there. You guys got till 8 o'clock Eastern, so probably about for like 3 hours or so, 2 to 3 hours left to get out of Jamaica. That being said, my personal opinion is I think it'll probably hit Kingston, Jamaica, and probably go a little more east into the Atlantic Ocean. But again, Bermuda, I would definitely keep an eye out. The Bahamas, definitely. Cuba, definitely. And obviously Jamaica. Jamaica is under a full-scale hurricane warning, so... and I expect Cuba within the next 24 to 48 hours to be under a hurricane warning. So if you know anyone in Cuba, if you know anyone in Jamaica, Haiti, the southern and central Bahamas, even Bermuda, just give them the heads up, tell them, hey, you got a hurricane coming. It's probably going to be a strong one. This very powerful one. It's probably becoming a Category 2 as we speak. But yeah, that is the hurricane briefing. Just wanted to give a update on what I'm thinking. Hopefully this was of value to you. Please like and subscribe. Obviously, keep an eye out on the National Hurricane Center if you know anyone who's in the path of this. And actually, I just had an idea. Alright, so the thing I wanted to change is that Jamaica does have their own radar. They have their own government website with radar, so let's just see what this thing's looking like. Alright, there you go. And see the eye right in there. And see that eye right there. That is actually a really good presentation on radar like Jamaica's. 'Cause I assume Jamaica doesn't have the best radar from this um, perspective. It doesn't look like it's the best radar, which unfortunately I would assume because Anyways, it looks very interesting on radar. The eye wall, and like I said, it's already raining. It looks like in Kingston, so um, I think 8 o'clock. They said 8 p.m. Here in Eastern time. That's when all the airports are closing in Jamaica. I don't know if Jamaica's in Eastern as well, or if they're in Atlantic. I think they're in an Atlantic time, so an hour ahead of Eastern, if I'm correct. Um, but yeah, if you know anyone in Jamaica, if you know anyone in Haiti, if you know anyone in Cuba, Southeast Cuba, just tell them, give them the heads up. Hey, you got a hurricane coming. And if you know anyone in Jamaica, hopefully they've already escaped or are going to be, because this is going to be very powerful, and it looks like a worst case scenario for Jamaica, which is very unfortunate. And I'm praying for everyone in Jamaica, um, especially if they can't leave. So pray for everyone who's in Jamaica, and hopefully something happens with this storm that doesn't affect them, but it's already affecting Jamaica and Haiti and Cuba already. So yeah, let's just hope. Um, and I will see you later. If worst comes to worst, we can do a live stream if we had to for Melissa. It's kind of hard with Jamaican radar only having one radar, obviously, because it's just a very small island. Um, but yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching.